This is utterly incredible. The Eredivisie season has been enthralling, mysterious, and downright bizarre. If you look at the screen right now, PSV had a 9-point lead over Ajax after 15 match days. It should have been done after that. PSV were easily the favorites for the Eredivisie this season after last year winning it and destroying the league. And they were already destroying the league, people. Only one loss in the first 15 games. They scored 56 goals. Peter Bosz is the messiah. He is the enforcer of Eredivisie football. And you just thought, okay, cool. Ajax with the new manager, Farioli. You're going to see how it goes for the first season. Feyenoord had a very difficult time with Brian Priske. And then PSV, they were just going to run away with the league. It could have been 20-point lead. It could have been 30-point lead. And they were playing such good football. That's the one thing with PSV and Peter Bosz. They will score goals and score goals and score more goals because they have Ricardo Pepi, they have Bakayoko, they have so many different goal scorers, Saibari, Noah Lang. But then something weird happened in match day 29 right here. PSV went through a very difficult time in the February-March sort of period. They had a lot of injuries. They were in the Dutch Cup. They were in the Champions League. Yes, they did knock out Juventus. And I think that's more of an indictment on Juventus when that game went to extra time. They only won one game in like a period of 7. They lost to Go Ahead Eagles in the Dutch Cup. They lost to Go Ahead Eagles in the Eredivisie after I think being 2-0 up in the game. Then they lost to Arsenal 7-1. I thought, oh, PSV are done here. They had a lot of injuries. Tillman was out, who's a very key player for them. They had a lot of players out during that period. But Ajax then, they went on a roll. They kept winning and winning in the Eredivisie. And Ajax, yes, they went on the Europa League, which for me, that was a huge red flag on Farioli. He basically threw in the white towel and said, yep, I'm done. I don't want to compete in the Europa League. I'm like, Farioli, you have to keep going in all fronts. Yes, this Ajax team, and I will talk about this Ajax team in a little bit, it's not the best of Ajax teams we have seen in the past, but you cannot do that. If you are Ajax, you cannot throw away any cup competition. You can do that if you're Utrecht, you can do that if you're Willem, you can do that if you're those sort of teams. Ajax, that is a huge red flag. But Ajax were unbelievable in the league. They didn't score a lot of goals because Brian Brobbey, oh my God, Brian Brobbey is simply awful this season. Awful. And yes, they have different goal scorers in their side, and they have a lot of decent players like Ed Vatsin out on the wing, and Ajax played good football, and they were a bit more controlling. Like Farioli definitely wanted to fix the defense, because last season the defense for Ajax was a huge downfall of their entire season. They couldn't keep a clean sheet, they couldn't keep a lead, and that's why Ajax were very much in relegation battle for the first half of the season last year. And then this season, he's completely fixed it, and of course they're gonna have the talent to score the goals. And Ajax, they had a 9-point lead. A 9-point lead with 5 games to go, people. Can you imagine that? If you said that to somebody, and after the PSV and Ajax game where Ajax won 2-0, like it was late March, I thought, league's done. It should be wrapped right here. Ajax go into Eindhoven and win 2-0. That should have been done and dusted. PSV mentally are done. Ajax should be full of confidence. They just beat PSV. They did the double over them. It should be over. Well, since match day 29, some things just don't need an explanation. We have one game to go, people. One game to go. And PSV now have to lead. I can't, like, let's just do this, right? Match day 29, 73 to 64 points, 9-point lead, 4 games later. Oh. Do you know who would be so embarrassed about this Ajax downfall right now, or this Bottlejob if you want to talk about it? Where's my kit? This man right here. You see this kit, people? This is heritage. This is a history-making team, especially with that player right there. Can you guys see? The GOAT. How on earth are you doing this if you're Ajax? Please, let's just go through some of the results that Ajax have had recently. Like, I get it, NAC are battling for Europe, but come on, you can't lose 3-0 at home. When they lost to Utrecht 4-0 away, I was like, okay, that's one loss. It's fine. It happens. Things can happen. Then they drew 1-1 with Sparta Rotterdam. 1-1 Sparta Rotterdam. And they had to get a late goal to even get a point in that game because they let in a goal in the 95th minute. Then they lost 3-0 at home to NAC. So then we go to matchday 31. They could have wrapped up the league that day, actually. That's the funny thing about that NAC game. Because PSV, they traveled away to Ajax's biggest rival, Feyenoord. Feyenoord took the 2-0 lead. And shout out to Robert Van Persie. He's doing actually a very good job with Feyenoord. They are bouncing back with their form, and they should be getting Champions League football for next season. Feyenoord took a 2-0 lead. And I watched this game as well. I was really entertained. Like, Eredivisie football, the defenses are so bad, but the attacking football is wonderful to watch. Feyenoord were 2-0 up, and it looked like PSV, they were done. But funny enough, a former Ajax player got them back into the game, Noah Lang. And he scored, people, in the 99th minute. 99th minute. And Ajax fans were... Can you imagine you're preying on your rivals, your biggest rivals possible, to get a win? To get a win, that's what they were doing. It was like a carbon copy of Arsenal-Tottenham last season. That's what PSV were going through with the Feyenoord game. And then PSV, they won the game 3-2 in the 99th minute. So Ajax, they knew, okay, we got to win this game against NAC. And they lost 3-0 at home. It's like, how? How on earth does that happen? And yes, Weghorst had a chance and other people. Ajax didn't play well in that game. And defensively, they were, again, all over the place. I thought against NAC. Then we go to yesterday. Okay, PSV, that's the thing with PSV right now. They know what they need to do. Destroy the small teams, the Hercules, or all these sort of sides in the Eredivisie. They won 4-1. Tillman, again, with wonderful form he's in. So Ajax, all they had to do is just win their last two games. You have Bottlejob, it has gone to a very stressful point. Just win your last two games, and you win the Eredivisie title. So then they go away to Groningen. They take a 2-1 lead. Wout Weghorst gets maybe the winning goal. Groningen then get a red card in the 93rd minute on a horrible challenge on Henderson. We fast forward to the 99th minute, and Groningen, with the help of the goalkeeper going into the box, gets an equalizer, and it finishes 2-2. And right now, PSV are in control of winning another Eredivisie title. Back-to-back titles. I'm sorry. This is strictly on Ajax bottling it. This is so embarrassing on the institution, the footballing institution that is Ajax. Yes, you can talk about, this Ajax team is not the greatest. And I talked about it in my Farioli video that I made back in like November or December. You guys can go check it out. Where I talked about this Ajax team is nowhere near the quality it should be. One, because they didn't really bring in transfers last summer. And right now, they're not introducing a lot of the academy players. Like Mokio, obviously the young midfielder from Belgium. He's actually been a bright talent. He's only 17 years old. He looks like an absolute baller. But otherwise, it's like, okay, decent players. Like Brobbey is just so... Brobbey, people, has 4 goals this season. 4. And he should have about like 10 to 15 goals. He's been awful. But defensively, this team is now falling apart. The one thing that Ajax have been so good at this entire season, defensively, they've been solid. Right now, 4 goals against Utrecht, a goal against Sparta Rotterdam, 3 goals against NAC, and 2 goals against Groningen. And they have 1 win in the last 5 games. And they don't have any wins in the last 4 games. And their last game for Ajax is at home to Twente. And I think Twente have something to play for, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Twente, they are playing for European football. And PSV, they are going away to Sparta Rotterdam. Now, all Ajax have to do is just win your game at home against Twente and see where the chips fall. But if PSV get an early goal, then probably morally, the Ajax players and Farioli, they're done, and they could probably lose the game at home to Twente. But you got to give a lot of credit to Peter Bosz and PSV. They just kept playing their football. And they, in all honesty, they should be winning this league because they are the better team than Ajax. And you could say for most parts of this season, they have shown it. Whereas Ajax, they kind of squeaked by in certain games, and they're not like the sort of free-flowing Ajax football that we're used to. But defensively, they have been solid. So you could say, PSV are deserving champions. But come on. You can simply not bottle a 9-point lead with 5 games to go. With 5 games to go, 9-point lead, it should be wrapped up. If this occurred in the Premier League or La Liga or Serie A, You know ESPN FC would be talking about it. You know CBS Sports Golazo would be talking about it. Heck, maybe even Al Jazeera to CNN would be talking about it, because this cannot happen. If this was like I don't know, if Twente bottled it, you'd be like, okay, maybe they don't have the experience. This is Ajax Football Club with experienced players like Weghorst to Pasveer to Henderson. Ah, man. It is so embarrassing. But shout out to PSV. They at least have now made it super interesting. And now they have the destiny in their own hands. And they are probably laughing. And you saw the video of the PSV fans reacting to the Groningen equalizer in the last minute. They can't believe it. They're like, is this actually happening? We actually have destiny in our own hands. Shout out to Perisic, by the way. I mean, Perisic, bro. What a career he's having. Unbelievable. Noah Long has been in incredible form recently. And Tillman. I don't rate a lot of American ballers. Tillman is a baller. He is an absolute baller, people. But let me know your thoughts. How do you describe this bottle job by Ajax at the moment? And can they win the league? Or is this over now? PSV will beat Sparta Rotterdam on the final match day and win the Eredivisie title. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to follow me on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter. I'll definitely be covering the final match day of the Eredivisie on Twitter. So follow me there or join the Discord, because the Discord might be hot on the final Eredivisie match day. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.